What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Jaden Leilua. If you don't already know, I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about like the mindset it really takes to be able to hit $10,000 a month. Everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people do have limiting beliefs. They think it's like some secret strategy or a secret business model, but in reality, it's just like really the mindset that is going to get you to where you want to go. The biggest difference for me wasn't about like any crazy tactics or anything like that. It was just how I started thinking and approaching the way I do work. So let's jump straight into the video. All right, so the first thing I wanted to come on here and talk about is the reality of what it actually feels like or what it actually takes. There's a lot of misconceptions out there that once you hit 10K a month, like it's going to be, the best feeling in the world, or it's going to bring you so much fulfillment. And the reality is it's not really different at all. Something that I realized along the way is that it's never about the money that you ultimately make. It's about the person that you become that makes that type of money. So when I was first getting started, I was always looking for like some crazy tactics or some crazy strategies to help myself make money. But this just ended up me trying something for a month or 2 months and then just giving up. But if you really think about it, everything out there that's out there, any business model out there, really anything, you can become successful from it if you just stay consistent with it long enough. You see a lot of people online that look like overnight successes, say for like social media, for example, but you go back down to their page, they started posting years ago. And that's just something that we don't see as people, how much like work and dedication it actually takes to be able to get to that point where you want to be in your life. Hitting your first 10K month is probably literally going to be the hardest thing that you've ever done, because you have to make a lot of trade-offs. You have to optimize your time. You really have to put all your focus into work. I used to always, wait for like the perfect moment or wait till I have like motivation, but we're not going to be motivated every single day that we wake up. So the biggest thing that helped me was really finding like a strong reason why that I'm doing this. Because if you have a strong reason why to what you're doing, then it makes you have that purpose to get out of bed in the morning and actually put in the work that it takes. You literally have to stay consistent every single day, whether you're sick, whether you're not feeling good, whether you're not in the mood. You have to show up and actually put in the work. Because if you don't, and that's just like you're wasting time, and that's just going to delay the process for yourself. Another thing that I struggled with in the beginning, first starting out, was I was looking at, just the end goal, and I wasn't focusing on how can I actually get there. What worked for me was focusing on one skill set, doing that skill set for months and months and months, not seeing any results from it, and still putting in that work, waking up every single day and showing up no matter if I wasn't seeing results or anything like that. It all comes down to, delayed gratification and knowing that the work that you do right now will pay off in the future. Whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, like any skill that it takes real time to learn, you're going to have to put in work before you see any type of result in that space. So you're literally going to have delayed gratification around everything. You're not going to see any results within your first 3 to 6 months of starting. But after the 3 to 6 months, that's when you actually start finding real results for most people. For some people, they don't find real results till later. But it's just all about, staying consistent, showing up every single day, and not caring what other people think about you. When you're first starting out, everybody wants to think in like weeks, myself included. I was like, oh, it's going to take, like a month, a couple weeks for me to get my first sale or for me to actually find the result. But that only kept me stuck longer because I was, not happy when I wouldn't hit that goal for myself in that time span. So instead of thinking in weeks, I started thinking in years. And once you think in years, then it really shows you like how much work it actually takes, how much work that you actually have to put in for yourself to be able to get to that goal. And I'm not saying like, just set the bar low for yourself, but set like a realistic goal for yourself. Obviously, you have to truly believe in yourself. Even if you set a 10K month, if you're making 5K a month right now, you set a 10K month to hit in the next month. It's possible, but you just have to reframe that way of thinking to what does it take, or what is the type of person that will make 10K the next month? And then everything that that person does, you do. Think in that situation, like, what would that version of myself who's doing XYZ do right here, right now? Everything you do, you think, you act, they all have to align with the version of yourself that you actually want to become. Another thing is your environment. When everything around you drains you, it's really hard to actually make progress. Something that truly helped me was being able to move out of my hometown and be surrounded by like-minded individuals like yourself. Like, at the end of the day, you just become who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself by like-minded individuals, people who have the same mindset as you guys are all just going to build on top of each other and grow into the people that you guys want to become. A lot of people, myself included, like to cast blame on our past or our future. But if you really think about it, whatever you're casting blame to, that thing literally holds authority and power over your life. So instead of pointing the finger at someone else, it's their fault that I'm not where I want to be. If you just flip that finger in and point at yourself and take accountability for not being where you want to be and realizing that nobody's coming to save you, that's when you actually start making real progress, once you take that accountability upon yourself. If I could talk to my 18 or 19-year-old self who was working a job, who was going to school, I would literally tell him, pick one skill set, focus on that skill set, change your environment, stop doing all the bad things, and do that one thing for the next year to 2 years of your life. And I promise you, the rest of your life will change. But it all comes down to like having that mindset shift first and actually focusing and truly committing and showing up every single day so you can get to where you want to be. These are honestly the mindset shifts that I had to make to be able to get at the point where I am right now. Obviously, I'm still figuring it out. I don't have it all figured out. I just thought it would be beneficial for me to kind of share, what I had to change to hopefully help somebody else out who, wants to make progress in their life. They just don't know what to start or what to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps somebody out.